Have you ever seen an NFL head coach get so excited about a new addition that he starts to sound more like a fan? Well, something different is happening in Detroit, and the vibe in the Lions locker room shows that the defense is getting a whole new look. Dan Campbell didn't hold back when talking about a recent arrival, and he used a phrase that honestly will make any fan stop and think. But that's not all. Another move this time behind the scenes could bring together two of the most dangerous names in the league, and the impact would be immediate. There's a big development in the air, and you don't want to miss a single detail. Drop a like and come with me. Dan Campbell is clearly fired up about the Lions' new addition to the secondary veteran cornerback DJ Reed, and honestly, after hearing what he said, it's hard not to be fired up too. During league meetings, the Lions head coach couldn't stop praising Reed's playing style. And it wasn't your typical, yeah, he's solid, works hard kind of compliment. No. Campbell went way further. He said the guy has coverage in his blood, plays man-to-man like it's personal, and attacks the perimeter like he's got something to prove on every snap. He's gonna come up, he's gonna strike, he's gonna squeeze the edges, and if you see him in press coverage, forget it. He's gonna challenge you all day. There's no free release with him, Campbell said, clearly pumped. He mixes it up and fights at the catch point. He's aggressive, super competitive. But what really won Campbell over was how DJ Reed reacts when things don't go right. Because as everyone knows, even the best DBs are going to get cooked now and then. The league is tough. But Reed doesn't hang his head. Campbell talked about a specific play from old tape where Reed clearly got beat. But instead of giving up, he stumbles, plants his foot, and sprints in a straight line, all adrenaline trying to make up the play. And that's when Campbell was all in. This guy's not checking out. He's not worried about how it looks. He just wants to compete. He wants to win. And if there's one thing Dan Campbell values, it's a player who never backs down from a fight. Reed might not be the most talked about name out there, but in the Lions locker room, it seems like he's already earned the respect and the heart of the boss. So, what do you think about Campbell's comments? Think this guy could be a game changer on defense? Drop your thoughts below. Now hang on tight, because the next story brings a possibility that could leave opposing offenses gasping for air. Look, if Bill Barnwell's trade proposal even has a slight chance of happening, Brad Holmes needs to pick up the phone right now and say yes, faster than ever. Because honestly, this deal would be a home run for Detroit. Here's how the proposed trade goes. The Lions would send pick number 28 and a fourth rounder to the Bengals, and in return they'd get none other than Trey Hendrickson and pick number 49. Not only would Detroit land one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league over the past 2 seasons, the guys racked up 17 sacks in each of the last 2 years, but they'd still have a solid second-round pick in a draft loaded with depth. Hendrickson is a nightmare for quarterbacks, and paired with Aiden Hutchinson, he'd turn the Lions' pass rush into an absolute wrecking machine. And if you think that's an exaggeration, remember Hutchinson is coming back from a fractured leg, and Marcus Davenport barely got off the injury list last season. This addition would be that elite-level boost for a defense that's already heading in the right direction. Sure, giving up a first-round pick stings, especially for a team like Detroit that prides itself on building through the draft. But in this case, you're basically swapping pick 28 for an already elite player and getting a second-rounder back. It's one of those rare win now and win later scenarios. Now, the real obstacle here is the contract. Hendrickson will want to be paid like one of the best, and Detroit is already thinking long-term with extensions coming up. Hutchinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, a lot of rising stars with price tags that are only going up. Holmes might be hesitant to commit to another big money deal. Even so, if Cincinnati agrees to this package, Detroit can't think twice. A move like this not only helps the team compete now, but it sends a clear message to the rest of the NFL. The Lions are for real. Grade A with honors. If everything we just talked about actually happens, the Lions' defense might finally reach the level the fans have been waiting for. There's an aggressive mindset coming in, and maybe even one of the most dangerous pass rush duos in the NFL in the making. Now it's all about whether the front office has the guts to take the next step. Subscribe to the channel and stay up to date with everything happening with your favorite team, because the next few days are going to be wild.